What's up guys, this is JamesBl0nde with OnRPG.com with your weekly news update for the week of August 19th. And this week only at OnRPG, Afromania makes his debut with a detailed review of Zombie Studios' free-to-play online first-person shooter, Blacklight Retribution. Afromania picks apart all the components of Blacklight, discussing gameplay, presentation, customization, community, and free versus pay-to-play balancing. According to Afromania, the high levels of customization really help add a feeling of personalization to your character that you rarely get to experience in first-person shooter titles these days. Lelia summarizes the speculation surrounding Rift's upcoming Harbinger soul in this week's Rift column. The Harbinger is skilled at close combat. They transform their staves, swords, and other weapons into deadly bladed ones. They're experts at dealing with single targets, but somewhat lacking when it comes to AoE. Find more about the Harbinger's powers in Layla's latest MEAD article. Lelia also brings in some early news from Gamescom with a first peek at Kartuga, a browser-based MMO that takes place in dangerous waters as players assume the captain role of a sailing ship waging war with other ships. Lelia gives her pirate's tale as she enters a PvP matchup against Ardura and several other journalists. Lelia also explains the vast features the game has to offer and completes the article by saying, "The glory days are truly here for those that prefer casual titles without downloads, and Kartuga is leading the pack." Just as of recently, Dizzy PW got a chance to take a tour of SG Interactive's headquarters, and Proxzor gives us an updated look at Grand Chase Heroes, a classic 2D side-scroller. The game has gone through some serious upgrades and introduced a load of new characters over the last year, so it's time we took a detailed look at this top-notch 2D PvP champion of a side-scroller. Get all the details in Proxzor's latest article. I know, it's been a while, but I finally showed up again. This time I brought you some brutally awesome gameplay action with Dark Blood Online. In my first look video, I hack and slash my way through the intro and the first two dungeons. So see what this brutal dungeon crawler has to offer in my latest first look. As many of you may know, Gamescom is up and running in Germany, and Ardura and Lelia are on the floor fighting through the massive hordes of people to bring you the coverage of the show. After the press event this past Wednesday, day one was all about the games. EA had a 40-minute wait for Star Wars: The Old Republic, while Medal of Honor Warfighter was even longer than that. Check out day one Gamescom, and more to come later this week, only at OnRPG. In other news this week, in addition to creating a huge crowd and wave of fans at Gamescom, Blizzard finally released the cinematic trailer for World of Warcraft's newest expansion, Mist of Pandaria. And let's just be honest here, whether you like their games or not, Blizzard's cinematic trailers are epic, and this one is no exception to the rule. Big news from TERA this week as we get ever closer to the launch of Battlegrounds, TERA's new PvP mode. And Battlegrounds players get to fight over 3 bases that they must try to hold against the onslaught of enemy players and groups of BAMs running around. According to the developers, adding the BAMs creates a whole new obstacle that leaves players to decide whether or not to stand ground in their base or head out hunting and killing for bonus points. Another great part about this is you can access it anywhere in the game, so you can hop in, dominate, and walk away with sweet swag. Perfect World International and Zombie Studios have thrown together a crazy event where you can win $1,000 a day just by playing their sci-fi first-person shooter, Blacklight Retribution. That's right, starting this past Thursday, August 16th, up until September 14th, you can win $1,000 a day from their $30,000 pool of cash. Every match you play is another cyber ticket entry into the drawing pool. If you haven't heard about Blacklight, don't forget you can check out Afroman's article to fill you in, then sign up, play for free, and hope to win. All you gotta do is play. Area Games introduced the Warrior class in its newest MMORPG, DK Online, in a featured spotlight trailer. In DK Online, warriors are the center of any fight, and they man the front lines and lead their allies, cutting a path directly through their enemies, even if they're made of stone like this guy. This past week, Heroes of Newerth announces a new game mode called Core Pool that's designed to relieve the burden of mass amounts of new information for people new to the MOBA genre, while at the same time help veteran players sharpen their skills. With Core Pool, players can choose among 40 heroes and not have to worry about character mechanics as much. So if you're looking for just a casual game of Han, this might be the game mode for you. MechWarrior introduces the Hunchback in their coolest trailer yet. This beefy 50-ton mech is tough as nails and has a cannon so big it blocks your view and is ready to ruin someone else's day. The powerful destruction balled up in this mech is specially designed for people with no interest in speed because only cowards flee from battle. We all know that Smite is the game to play right now. I mean, we put up 100 beta keys as we get them and they're gone within 30 minutes. With that said, Smite unveiled its strangest god yet, Cupid, the god of love. Cupid is a ranged assassin slash support, making him quite the oddball in typical MOBA circles, but seems to bring quite a bit of utility to a well-coordinated team. And my bet, he's a pretty good jungler as well. Getting to the giveaways for this week, Mythic Saga is celebrating the launch of their 5th server, and to help them celebrate, OnRPG is getting you set up with a new server gift pack. This gift pack could be filled with some pretty sweet goodies, so head over and pick one up for yourself. Serenia Fantasy is now in closed beta, and OnRPG wants you to get your game on with their new player pack, which contains, well, we're not exactly sure, but apparently it's cool because the keys are going fast. Check it out for yourself in the giveaway section at OnRPG.com. There is still a pretty awesome giveaway up in the events section as the RaiderZ Premium Closed Beta Key giveaway continues. This giveaway rocks! Not only do you get the beta key to a sweet game like RaiderZ, but it also starts you out with a nice gift pack when you get in. So be sure to get them while the getting is good. And that's going to wrap up the news and giveaways for this week. If you're looking for more information about the news in this recap, first check the links in the description below, then head over to OnRPG.com. But before you go, don't forget to hit that like button. I'm JamesBl0nde. See you out there, gamers.